Hypnotic presents a hypnotic super learning experience inspired by the book Indistractable, How to Control Your Attention and Choose Your Life by Nir Eyal. Sit back, relax, and I wonder if you can start to feel your eyes becoming more and more relaxed. So relaxed and heavy that you start to notice that you feel so good just allowing your body to completely relax now. Interoception is the bridge between psychology and physiology. Interoception is your ability to sense the internal organs, parts, or states of your body. And you can exert some conscious control over this mostly overlooked sensation. But as with most people, we don't even know that we're ignoring these signals until we feel pain or discomfort from a specific area. One of the aspects of interoception is being able to sense the internal space of your body and then learning to apply some influence over individual parts of your body that normally we believe we don't have any influence over. By allowing yourself to experience this hypnotic interoception, you will enhance the mind-body connection in order to improve your mind and body's cooperation and their collective optimal performance. So let's start by exploring the sensations you might be able to connect with now. Focus your awareness on your heart and allow those feelings of relaxation to caress and nurture your heart and the space around it, healing it and soothing it from any past trauma, experiences, or disturbances. Feel into this space, paying attention to all the sensations that you can experience right now. Not from a place of judgment or whether these sensations are good or bad, but from a place of awareness and acceptance that these sensations just exist right now, whether you feel them fully or even just a little bit. It's perfect however you sense it now. And from this place, give permission for your heart to become even more relaxed now, letting go of any stress and tension so it can perform at an optimal level, fully and free. And as you consider all of this now, shift your focus on your mind and allow your mind to focus on whatever sensations you can feel where your mind is located. And now that you are more connected and attuned to this space of your body, I wonder if you can again give it permission to allow its electrical activity to slow down and reach the same level of relaxation as you feel in your heart space. Just imagine as a river of relaxation connects between your mind and your heart, slowing them both down, releasing all the past tension, stress, and disturbances that have been stored in your mind and in your heart. Feel what it's like to be more aware of your mind and your heart and the connection between the two. And I wonder if you can notice how these two main sources of energy in your body, your heart and your mind, harmonize together now, giving you more vitality, feeling completely at peace, more clarity, and more serenity. It's such a good thing. Breathing in and out more deeply now, allowing the oxygen to carry this feeling of vitality, peace, clarity, and serenity into your bloodstream, sending these amazing feelings into all of your other organs and all the way down into your hands and feet. Just allow yourself to feel that now as you energize your entire body with more oxygen and more serenity, giving permission to all parts of you to let go, to relax more deeply and feel completely at peace. You are now exploring the power of the mind over the body and the power of the body over the mind in a way that allows you to harness the healing and directing power of intrareception. And now finally, allowing yourself to feel your heart and mind opening up, giving permission for you and your body to become more receptive to learning faster, easier, and even more, because you are now connecting with the sensations of your mind and body and choosing to help them perform at optimal levels. You have now just created your own powerful super learning state. Now, any suggestions or content from this Hypnotic audio that you hear that you resonate and agree with will be absorbed safely and effectively by your subconscious mind for your greatest benefit. Any suggestions or content from this Hypnotic audio that you don't resonate or agree with will be completely and safely ignored by your subconscious mind. If you give permission for this to occur, simply nod your head now. Every day you now proudly call yourself Indistractable, knowing that your success depends on your ability to manage distractions and time-wasting diversions. Each day you now easily stop doing things that take you off the path of doing the right things that will actually lead to you living the life that you want. You know that you now have the ability to call something a distraction by knowing that it is actually distracting you. You now realize how important it is to avoid doing things that will lead to regret. Distractions are any actions that move you away from what you want. Traction is any action that moves you towards what you really want. And in your own voice, you now remind yourself every action is either a distraction or traction. Every action is either a distraction or traction. Being indistractable means striving to do what you say you will do. Being indistractable means being honest with yourself. Being indistractable means knowing how to manage your external triggers and your internal triggers to waste time. You now get better and better each day at resisting the urge to relieve your own discomfort with distractions. Distractions come at the cost of wasting our time, and therefore time management is actually pain management. You now find it easier to manage your time by managing your urge to avoid discomfort and becoming distracted. You now easily deal with these urges for distraction by changing your perception of the internal trigger that causes you to want to become distracted with these 3 simple steps. Step 1, you easily find and identify the discomfort that precedes the distraction. Step 2, you write down the trigger. Step 3, you explore these sensations with curiosity and imagine the urges as leaves floating down a stream away from you. You are becoming increasingly aware of habitual transitional moments that could lead to distractions happening on autopilot. You are now more able to allow these urges to pass without giving into them. Willpower is not a finite resource, and you remind yourself that it's an emotion that ebbs and flows. If you ever face a challenging moment or a difficult task, you now say to yourself, this is just a temporary lack of motivation, and my willpower and motivation will return soon. You know that how people talk to themselves and how they describe themselves is very important in what they feel they're capable of. You now talk to yourself and describe yourself with self-compassion, speaking with kindness when experiencing setbacks and challenges. Every day you now give yourself self-compassion because this makes you more resilient to letdowns, setbacks, and temporary failures. Being powerless to something only comes from thinking that this is true. You realize you don't need to believe everything that you think. You now say to yourself in your own voice, I have the power to be resilient to any and all challenges. I have the power to be resilient to any and all challenges. You are now better and better at planning your day before someone else plans it for you. Each morning, you start by reminding yourself why you are doing what you are doing. Each morning, you now review your values that guide your actions. You know that by honoring your values, you will become the type of person you feel proud to be. You now find it easier to time box your schedule each day, deciding how much time you'll spend in each domain of your life, your work, your relationship, and on yourself. Each week, you find the time and motivation to create a perfect weekly schedule, and you easily make time each week to refine and review your schedule based on what worked and how you can improve it to better express your values. It is now natural and effortless for you to control the inputs of your life, not the results. You know that the one thing you can always control is how much time you put into a task, because you realize that by not showing up guarantees failure. You now find it easy to schedule dedicated time for important relationships and stakeholders. The FOG behavior model of B equals MAT, BMAT, means that behavior equals motivation plus ability plus trigger, which can help you to do desirable new behaviors. You now find it's easy to increase your motivation to do a particular behavior because it is the motivation that is the energy for the action. You now find ways to make the ability to do the behavior easier and more simplified. And finally, you now easily create external and internal triggers to initiate the new behavior. Behavior equals motivation plus ability plus trigger, BMAT. You are also highly aware of automatic attention brain drains, such as having the mere presence of your phone on the desk, which can trigger an accidental distraction. Instead, you now make the commitment to put your phone away out of sight when doing focused work and activities. In order to make the most of your time used in meetings, you now insist that there is an agenda of topics being discussed in the meeting before the meeting takes place. This will help to avoid meetings from being a socially accepted distraction. When it comes to managing distractions on your phone, you now easily and decisively remove all unnecessary apps and notifications. You also find it easy to put your phone away, out of sight, only checking it at scheduled times. You also remember to sort your apps into 3 categories. 1, being the primary tools that you use to help with your productivity. 2, the aspirational tools such as reading, exercise, yoga, meditation, or podcasts. 3, the slot machines, the social media, the emails, and anything that can become a time sink. You also reclaim your attention and focus by turning off all non-essential notifications on your phone, devices, and computers, because you realize that these are not designed to help you become more productive. They are designed to get you to pay attention to somebody else's agenda, not your own. An effort pact is when you make a distracting behavior harder to do, such as blocking social media during a specific time. And a price pact is when you pay a financial penalty to someone if you allow yourself to get distracted when you are committed to being focused. Each week, you find the courage and commitment to make an effort or price pact with preventing distractions. Finally, you also use identity pacts. By choosing that type of person that you want to be, making a public declaration, and then living up to that standard. The self-determination theory suggests that human psyche needs 3 things to flourish: autonomy, to make our own decisions; competence, to feel like we're achieving and striving forwards; and relatedness, to feel like we matter to others. You also find it easier to help others, including kids, to become indistractable by giving them more autonomy to focus on what they are passionate about and choosing their own limits, helping them to feel competent in doing these skills and tasks, and then showing them how they relate to us and others by being themselves. Technology is not the problem. Our ability to self-regulate with discomfort is what causes so many people and children to seek out the easy distractions that are so readily available through technology. In your own voice, you now say to yourself, every day I now get better and better at self-regulating discomfort. Every day I now get better and better at self-regulating discomfort. If someone is distracted with a device, you find it easy to help them by asking politely, I see you're on your phone. Is everything okay? You know that your pursuit to become indistractable depends on your ability to manage your tendencies to distract yourself from the feelings of discomfort, and by committing to this ongoing journey, it will allow you to create more meaningful and higher value work, instead of wasting time or being distracted away from what truly matters in your life. You still use technology, but you also allow yourself to have a deeper understanding of how to manage your usage and reset your intention to be indistractable with more ease and finesse. And so now, as you process and integrate everything that you've learned at the subconscious level, imagine yourself entering a place that is familiar to you, somewhere that you know that you wish that you could be more focused and more disciplined in how you use your time. It might be your office, in a home, somewhere else that's important to you. And as you look around, you feel a strong sense of confidence and conviction as you remind yourself to be indistractable, and knowing that it's about learning to manage the tendency to avoid the pain of discomfort. You look out the window and you see a cartoon-like happy sun shining brightly and smiling warmly back at you. This big, happy, cartoon, smiling sun looks at you lovingly and says in a big, booming, reassuring tone, review your values and align your actions. Review your values and align your actions. Upon hearing this, you remember just how powerful it is to live in alignment each day with your core values. And so you stop and you write down the 3 most important ways that you want to live your life each day. And as you do this, you think about how you will align what you do each day to better meet these important core values. Surf's up, you hear, causing you to turn around and see a clock, mascot, person surfing an indoor wave. Surf's up. You know that as you make changes to your day and how you work, there will be discomfort along the way as your old ways try to pull you back to those addictive distractions. And so you know that you need to surf the urge to give in to these distractions so you can manage your time more efficiently. Time management is pain management. You feel the need to check your devices, but you know that as long as you surf that urge for 10 minutes, that urge to become distracted will likely pass. Just imagine yourself going into your workspace, planning out your day, setting time aside for your most important tasks, time blocking the most important aspects of your day, turning off all your distractions, and reminding yourself to align with your values as much as you can for a deeper sense of fulfillment and happiness. You know that there will be some challenges throughout the day, and you are ready to manage the pain of discomfort by doing what you say you will do and surfing the urge to get distracted anytime that it happens. You realize that you can't control the results and the outcome, but you can control your focus and the time you invest into something. And so even though you might experience some setbacks along the way, you know that by having self-compassion for yourself, you'll be able to acknowledge the effort so far, and you'll develop more resilience and motivation to reset and restart being indistractable. Congratulations, you've just completed super learning the core principles inspired by the book Indistractable. Now that you've acquired this new knowledge, the next step is to find a way to apply that knowledge in a meaningful way. Now, in a moment, when you open up your eyes, take a few moments to consider, what's one action that you could do immediately to implement something that you've learned from this? Whether it's a big or small task, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you do something. If you don't feel like you've got time now, that's okay. Make a committed decision that you'll do this at the next available opportunity, because the only way to embody what we know is through action and application. And that starts with one small step, even if it only takes you 2 minutes to do. So go ahead and make that commitment to yourself now, because you have the ultimate power to create anything that you have the commitment to choose. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. With each number I count, you'll come back to wakeful awareness, feeling wonderful, refreshed, and ready to become more indistractable. 1, start to notice sensation in the hands and in the feet. 2, start to notice sounds around you and remembering to manage the pain of discomfort better. 3, take a deep, energizing breath in, knowing that by focusing on traction rather than distraction, you'll get what you want faster. 4, take a nice big stretch up and out, feeling more resilient and focused. And 5, open up your eyes, feeling awake, alert, refreshed, ready to eliminate unscheduled distractions and to become more indistractable. Welcome back.